Welcome to BSB episode 7. Yeah, we're still going strong. Today we're going to do a special episode. We're going to take questions that we've had submitted. Let me put my phone away. And yeah, we're just gonna. I don't even know what to say. We're just gonna keep it moving right now. Let me introduce everyone. Today we have the return of Kenny.
KG.
What's up, yo? Matthew. Small panel today, but we've also got our very first studio audience because my brother's here. And we also got Tanya, who's going to be feeding us the questions today. So, go on, Tanya. What's the first question?
Right. So the first question that has been posed is. No, I don't need to be on the camera, Jason. You can turn that back around. Right, so does age matter in relationships? So, for example, would you date a cougar or would you be someone's sugar daddy? So, is age relevant in relationship?
I mean, my initial answer is no. It's more on the mentality of the person rather than the age. Age is just a number. I think it's just about who you connect with, like on that level. I think when it comes to age, like you can make generalizations, like in that most girls that are like 21 and below are gonna be like this. But then that's a generalization because not all of them are gonna be like that. I know some 21-year-old girls that are more mature than big women. So why is Tanya busting up? Like why? She's laughing.
Alright. Well, with me, personally, I think the lowest I'll go is probably 23, 24. But, you know, in regards to me, from the opposite scale, I don't think I could go for a woman my age or older, because I feel as if women my age look haggard. No offense. What they do is like, they look like my
So anyone on
aunties.
BSB right now who's around those ages, remember Kenny said that, yeah?
I'm not being specific, I'm just talking from a general scale, you know. It's like women my age look really old, and I just feel as if compared myself to them, they just look too old, so I'm not trying to par, but I'm just thinking like I couldn't go old. I definitely couldn't go older than myself because.
What's the oldest you dated?
Put me on the spot, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
I think the oldest I dated was when I was in university. This is when my first degree actually, when I was in Manchester. And I was about 19 and I dated a 27-year-old. Never again. She had like size 11 feet or something, man. She was, she was overbearing, and it wasn't good for me, you know, because it was just the whole, she wanted me to move in with her. It was uncomfortable.
That's what you get though with the age gaps.
Yeah, but I was 19, I was in school. I just wanted to like have fun, and she was giving me curfews that I had to be in for a certain time because she wanted to come and see me. Can you imagine?
Like that is.
Yeah, but that don't sound like an age thing. That just sounds like a mad woman.
Sometimes
it sounds like
it is an age thing though. Sometimes.
Really?
Like, I'll tell you why.
Yeah, but I don't care how old you are. No woman's gonna give me a curfew. You mad?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me what time to be in.
I'll tell you why it is. Because at certain ages you want different things. Like for instance, I've had 2 relationships where the person was like much older.
Mm-hmm.
One way earlier, where she wanted to settle down. She's like done on the front. She's been there, done that, and now she wants to settle down. And she was interested in me, and she wanted the same from me. I'm like, no, I'm not really there yet because I'm too busy like spreading my seeds and oats.
Yes.
I was being straight up with her. I was like, I ain't ready there. I'm not there yet. I was even talking to someone recently who's like interested in me, but she's like young. I was like, you're not ready for me yet. Oh, we want different things. I'm looking to settle down.
But you're saying
I was like, you need to like
test
yourself first.
Some people from young want to settle down. Do you know what I mean? Like some people from in their early 20s are like, boom, I'm not on this life. I'm ready to settle down. So if they meet an older person who's ready to settle down, they're gonna connect.
They got the wrong mentality. They think some of them think they know what they want. Like for instance, I know this girl. She's like, oh, I only date guys in their 30s, and she's like, just hitting 20 or something like that, and she dated a few guys in their 30s. I'm like, well, that's not really for you though. And she's like, what do you know? I'm like, well, these guys are like, they've made something of their life, or they've done something, or whatever, or their age or just down to their age. They want to settle down. They want kids. They want cars. And you're 20. You're not ready for kids. You still got. Plus, she was in university. I'm like, you're still going through uni. He's looking for kids. He might not have said anything, but he's done with whatever, and he's trying to settle down with you. He doesn't want what you want. You're not. You two aren't there yet.
It's true. It's true.
But not to say that you shouldn't do it, because like I said, I've dated two people that were way above. Like the oldest I dated when I was 25. I dated a woman that was 40.
What?
I didn't know she was 40. She looked good for her age.
No.
She looked real good. She looked real good
40
for her age.
and you're 25?
Huh? And
you was 25?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't even know her. I didn't know her real age.
Did she teach you the ways of life?
Didn't need to.
Wow.
But anyway, once because the thing is, I didn't really probe on the whole. Because we done this thing, was talking one time, I was like, how old are you really? And she's like, yes. I was like, I'd say 30. She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. But then eventually I was like, wait a minute, something doesn't add up. So I'm probing, so she kind of caved in and she's like, yeah, okay, I'm 40, and then she just, after a while she kind of blocked off because she's like to feel bad.
Did she have kids?
Yeah, she had a kid of my age. Or something like that. And that's what basically made her cut it off.
Speaking of which, what was we talking about earlier with the?
So she was the daughter. So she had a daughter that was your age, Matthew. Huh? So what if the daughter became interested in you? Would you guys ever consider dating a mother, and then if it didn't work out, would you go for the daughter?
I don't see anything wrong with it, but I wouldn't personally. There's no rules. There are no rules to life, really. There's no rules. If there was a rule, you couldn't do it.
Let's just say like this: if this happened in Nigeria, you get stoned. Okay, it's not acceptable for me. It's not.
That's the thing. Acceptability, social acceptance.
No.
Society's overrated.
Basically, I think it depends. It depends on the relationship that you had with the first one. Like if you was dating the mum, or like let's say you went out for dinner with the mum, and it didn't go anywhere. Maybe you kissed her, whatever. That's it. And then it wasn't working out, like you said, the age gap and all that thing, different places, blah blah blah. And then you meet the daughter, and she's got like, hot daughter, that's your age or whatever. Yeah, that's that's me, isn't it? Like we're compatible.
That's not right though. It's like
Why? That's like when girls say, you dated my friend, so you can never date me. Shut up, man. That doesn't matter.
That's the code, man. As in, let's say if I was to date a girl in the past. Are you telling me that if the girl come to me, you could consider dating them?
Of course.
What happens to real talk?
If you dated a girl, as in dated a girl for like...
Let's say me and you were friends though. Me and you were friends.
Me and you were friends. You dated a girl for like a month or...
No, not a month. Okay, yeah.
Let's say 2 months, because that's the example.
Yeah.
2 months, you dated a girl. It didn't work out. Rare. And then I meet her. Like,
but why would you be meeting the same girl that I met though?
Because we live in a small world.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter.
It's a small world.
It's a small world.
Yeah, but there's a bro code. There's a bro code. There's certain things you don't do.
The bro code says you don't go out with your boy's ex-wifey. That's the bro code.
Yeah, but she could be my wifey, bro. But she could be my wifey for 2 months, bro. You don't know.
You don't go out with your people's ex like their
exactly.
Ex. If you meet someone.
Exactly.
Like,
if Matthew comes to me and says,
I'm seeing a chick. Yeah.
I'm seeing a chick, and I'm like, what's her name? Stephanie. Okay, where's she from? Brixton. I used to date a girl called Stephanie. Oh, really? How long? Just a couple months. What is she? Is she dark skinned with a really big bum? Yeah. It's the same one. I'll be like, yeah, bro, go through. Do your thing.
It happened.
In fact, I'd say, she likes guys that wear suits, so maybe you want to buy one. That's what I'm saying.
Suit shopping. She likes suits.
It's true.
Yeah, but that scenario is okay.
Without actually saying any names or exposing anyone, it's actually happened where I've had a friend call me and said, do you know this girl? I'm like, yeah, some girl I'm pamming, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm pamming her too. Literally, I've had that conversation.
I can't do that.
The way I see it,
There are no rules.
Unless not even that there's no rules, but unless you two was in something serious, then she's on the market.
But there's enough women in the world for you to not even go there.
But there's not enough women you're compatible with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're compatible with that person, like, you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna stop my own happiness because she's not my friend. Like,
Yeah, because they went on 2
your friends over
dates.
there like, oh yeah, I did something, I don't really care, but then you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you liked her that much, then you should be with her, innit? Like, you don't want to be with her, but you don't want me to be with her. That don't make no sense.
It makes.
She's compatible for me, but not for you. But I can't be with her because
because I saw. Yeah.
Playground rules.
It's not playground. It's the principle of the situation that you know.
To be honest, I just think that comes down to age, innit? Like, when you're younger, that's not acceptable, innit? Like, when you're younger, you're like, oh no, that he did side with my, she did side with my friend. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna. When you're a big man, like, it just doesn't matter no more. Do you know what I mean? Like,
let's all right. Let me give you another example. Yeah. Say like I'm dating a girl. She's like really a bit stuck up. She's into like fine art and this that. So I'm like, okay, we're not really that compatible. I like a girl that's a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more fun. And then a couple of weeks later, my boy, who's into fine art, says, oh, I've met this girl. We just connected. Like we both love fine art. I'd be like, okay, we work out it's the same girl. I'd be like,
but you're like, it's like you're passing her on. It's like,
it's not passing her on. It's just that she is more compatible with him.
It's passing
than
on.
she
You
was.
recommend her. You know what I mean? Like, I knew some girl like, yeah, you should go with her. I've already been with her. But
Yeah, that's a
like,
pass on. If I'm
so
like,
compatible
yeah,
to you, like that's different. Like, it's like you're kind of saying, here you go.
yeah,
If you just meet her,
yeah.
What happens with bro code? If, for example, your friend says, I don't want you to date her, but she is the most compatible person to you that you've ever met, but your friend says, I don't give my blessing for you to date her. Do you choose the bro code, or do you choose the potential?
The only reason why someone should say, I don't really want you to go there is if they're trying to still get there themselves, more or less. But even still, you're like, yeah.
The bro code says the bro code is very clear. The bro code says section 8, subsection 9. It says unless she was your ex, you have no jurisdiction over her. Like unless you two was in something.
You guys are amending the bro code. I swear that's the bro code. You guys are amending it.
You have to meet the parents. You would have met her cousins. Like you've had dinner. Like she's done it. Like she was your girl. Then it's like okay, cool. She's off the market forever. Do you know what I mean? You can never really go with a boy's ex. If she's just a girl that you dated for a while.
What about if you had sex with a girl?
Don't matter.
See, that's not my version of bro code.
What's your version of bro code?
Back in the day, remember I was born in 1981, these young cats here, they must have amended some kind of
4
bro
years
code.
later.
As in back in my day, it used to be that if you've been intimate with someone, okay, your friend can't go there for obvious reasons. You get me? There's plenty of women in the world.
Even if you two are done and like say
it's
a
like,
bad breakup.
Yeah, if it's a bad breakup, then that should be even more of a reason for you not to go there.
But that's what I'm saying. I see it as it depends. As you said, like if I know you've been there, that's different. But it's like saying, like, okay, I'm dating a girl for like 6 months, and I say, you know what, I think you should meet my friends. And then one of my friends have dated her like 8 years before. My sister be like, oh shit,
oh well,
I can't believe you doing what you dated my friend like years ago. Like
that's dumb.
It's silly.
I know.
The only thing I'll add to that actually.
So would you break up with her? If you've been dating a girl for like 6 months,
even just a year,
or whatever, you've been let's say 6 months.
Okay,
you really like her, and then you introduce her to your friends, and then it turns out that your boy dated her like 4 years ago, couple of dates. Are you gonna break up with her?
That's a tough question because let's just say if I knew, then I wouldn't go there. Wouldn't have gone there. But if I didn't know, then yeah, that could be an amendment.
Alright, say you meet this girl and you're like, holy shit, she's ticked every single box there is, and you're like, you know what, I need to wife her down before like someone else tries to step in, and then you realise that one of your boys has done something with her already. No, not like that. What are you talking about? Where the fuck did that come from?
Did she make him wait 90 days? Is that what happened? All over the face.
Sorry,
No, that's keep it.
Yeah.
No, but nothing gross. It's just like they just dated because and now you're like, she was the one. Would you like this?
I don't know. It's just to me personally. I just feel as if I have amongst my group of close friends. It's like we know not to ever go with each other's exes,
right.
No matter how brief the situation was.
The only thing I'd say that there's like a clause in the bro code thing where if you're chatting up because this is a situation that I've been in where I saw a girl and there's I guess there's two ways to go about it, but where I saw this girl, approached her, I started chatting her up, and then we exchanged numbers, and then later on that week bumped into a friend of mine, and then he's like, yeah, I mean, we're talking. Then he started talking about his girlfriend or whatever. I said her name, and I was like, wait, what? And then he showed me a picture, and I was like, thinking, oh shit, I chatted up and got her digits. And I was like, do I tell him right there and then, or I was like, and I couldn't make a decision, so I didn't bother telling him, and I told him later on. But the bro code demanded that because you can't just step in at that point because unless he's not your brother, you don't owe him any loyalties. Then yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's different though. That's different though. If he's already engaging with her, progressing somewhere, then obviously bro code says you can't just step in. If you don't know the guy from Adams, then obviously you can step in. But yeah, that's different, isn't it?
So the bro code is a whole other Bible that we need to.
The bro code basically needs to be written up. I think I'm gonna have to write it up. We're gonna have the instead of King James, we're gonna have
Old Testament and the New Testament, eh?
The Mufasa Testament. That's what we need. What's the next question?
Lovely. So the next question is: